$1,200 cheaper. The neater thing about the one at the county is that they're there. If we have problems, we can relate to each other directly, especially on repairs, services, things of that nature that the county can swing right here and check us out. The problem that I have is that when we go online with the new radios, which we have to do, the new systems are all things that work with it. The old bus count systems won't work. So, if we spread out this indebtedness that I'm giving to you this evening, $13,000, $12,000 now, and then $30,000 next year about the same time for the new radio systems.
And that's all for the narrow banding?
Yes, yes, Mayor. That's, like I said, that's, none of us did this. It's just online with the state, and everybody else is just coming in as a new way of doing things with communications. It has nothing to do with requests from me or anybody else. It's just the way of things. And when I request in Buscom and this Nettle service, they have to have, their system has to be there for this new radio system. And that's what I was advised. So that's where I'm at. I just want to get you guys next year. We can write out the Buscom system that's down there now. But next year you're going to really be angry with me when I hit you with an additional $13,000 to bring the recording systems up online with the radios.
Well, I think Chief Coffey, when he was chief, put aside $15,000 in a
Yes,
special account for that.
Yes, ma'am.
So hopefully it won't
Yeah,
be too big of a hit. I don't think we should replace anything until it goes down. And then when we have to jump online with the narrow banding and make the purchase, then we should do so at that point. I don't think we should invest the money right now when there's nothing wrong with the radio that we have.
It's up to the council. If they want to wait till next year and get them both at the same time, that's fine. We are having problems with Buscom service downstairs, though, and we are out of contract. That 1-year free contract was gone 2 years ago. We really hit Buscom hard, and I don't know if they'll ever know this, but the explosion at ConAgra. Now, I've requested that the lawyers that are being involved in all this have to send us money on this, because freedom of information gives all that information for free for people to see, but it's not necessarily free to get if I have to put a dispatcher on there for 16 hours and retrieve that sort of stuff. But they had to. And without that, I don't know where the city would have been if we couldn't have responded to the lawyers on this explosion. Everything that happened down there, all those injuries and everything that occurred, was all taped by our recorders. And we have to have it. So, I'm just saying, I'm pushing this hard because we just put one big technician from St. Louis come down here and help Deb downstairs for 8 hours. And we've worked on that thing for almost 2 weeks, solid, pulling off that Buscom computer and that Buscom recorder system. And we had to transfer them to little USB lanes. So, whatever life is like driving an old car, I don't know how much more miles it's got left in it. I just want you all to know this up front, that if she goes next week, or next year even, hopefully it'll hold off to the end if that's what you want to wait. But I just want you to know we just pulled a lot of hours off that computer and a lot of hours off that recorder, solid run, to pull that 16-hour explosion system, or thing that happened down at ConAgra. So I really pushed that Buscom right to the limits. Not only from St. Louis, indirect, but from the terminal at the PD.
Are you learning that?
No.
What happens if she quits?
I'm sorry, Deb does. Oh my gosh, I'm in trouble. All the dispatchers know how to do. This is another reason why I lucked out and I researched out and went through the other sheriff's departments in other cities, and I got this other quote, which is cheaper. If I lose Deb to illness, I bring one of the dispatchers from Randolph County Sheriff's Office over, just like we would if there was we've had to do that in the past, where we have a loss of an employee, we can bring somebody in from another department. Well, with this other system, the one that's cheaper, I can bring a dispatch from there over to here, and they can actually do the same thing with that recording system, and radios for that matter, because they're all the same. Our radio system sitting at Chester is going to be exactly the same as sitting at the county, and exactly the same as sitting at Sparta. And actually, Peterbilt, Yukon, Carbondale, we're all gonna be the same. And for the most part, that list that I gave you shows a list of companies or sheriff's departments, civic police departments that are involved in this, and they're all the same. So it's there's redundancy there that protects us in case somebody does get sick in a way, especially if I stay away from the bus arm and go to the other one. Did that answer?
Well, I think we need somebody else besides our trained in this. They
Well,
want to
yes,
go
sir.
to this.
Yes, sir. My dispatchers all know how to do it. All three part-time dispatchers understand the system. But to be honest and truthful with you, the one that does most of it is the one that do the day shift one because she's in contact direct. The 311s and midnights are, there's ghosts that they talk to up there. I don't know who they are. But, you know, so the ones on day shift always have a better understanding of what's going on with a lot of that stuff in there. But no more so than, like I said, than Steph or Mary down at the sheriff's office. They come right up and re-educate if something serious should happen to my dispatch. I can turn it on. I mean, I'll be able to turn on the new one because I'm here when they put it in. I don't, Ryan was here with the other one and he could do it, or this one, but I can't.
Is there any grant money that might be able to get on that?
No,
So Ryan got all the
Yeah.
radios and cameras and everything.
Yeah, and we pretty much, we had that was a really good one. That was a $100,000 one, and that got a lot of stuff. And Dan, I don't think we're going to see that kind of money again for a long time, especially where things are. I've asked, I've got some feelers out for some grant information. At the chiefs' meetings, we all sit around, we all pick at each other and try to come up with information as to how in the world we can come up with more money in more ways of pulling squad cars and personnel in. And there's nothing. The state's so dried up, and the feds are even worse. That was a good time. Brian did good. He pulled out a good one. But the egg was there. He grabbed it. I don't have an egg to go. And I'm not just saying it because I'm saying that. That's what we all said at the meeting.
No, we researched it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Every
month we have
They use this radio until they research and maybe got a grant, like they did.
Right.
You know.
We can carry this all the way to January 13th and 13th, and then this goes dead. And we just talk to each other. And I wish there was a grant. And there may come up some.
You know,
For the
that's what I'm
radios.
saying.
Yes, sir.
We'll-
For the radios, yes, maybe. That's another
You
year.
could save us some money.
Yes, sir. The recorders, actually, we're looking at $13,000, and I don't think that's,
We got 15 set back for it, which is saying.
yes. That's why I wanted it kind of done now, and like I said, I wouldn't be pushing hard on it except for the fact that I just push this little buttons for 24 to 48 hours nonstop, and it doesn't normally have that done to it. And the fact that I didn't want to hit you with another $13,000 next year with this new radio.
Is that 13,645 back, is that what you're looking at?
Yes, sir, Mayor. The first one, Buscom, I got this right here, is the one that's $13,000, and then one's 12. No, you're right, 13,000 is for them, and then 15 is for Buscom. Yes, sir, and see, this is the service contract after 1 year. See, that's kind of scary too, that's $28.50. And then when we go over here now to the northern systems, we're looking at $13,645 for the same exact system. And then it's only got, where did I get one down here? $1,600 or something. Like $1,600 for the maintenance contract.
Matt, what's the total cost? Just 13, what else you have? Warranty and all that.
Warranty's free for 1 year, and then after that, service contract is $1,600. And see, Ray, that's the bad thing, is all this stuff St. Louis. You know, you look at $80 an hour, you get doctor price to come down here, especially if we have a system failure in the middle of the night or on a weekend. And you just can't have big systems like what we operate with without a service contract. You'd shoot me if I ever hit you with a bill from them to come and repair something. Yeah. There's no rush on this, gentlemen and ladies. I mean, we can wait. I just want you to know that this is what I did to that system downstairs. I pushed it till I almost made it pop. I have 2 bids for you. It's whatever you decide. It's just that pretty soon I'm going to be starting on getting the new radio systems installed. When Al from